What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and I'm here today with the episode review of Love and Hip Hop Miami. This is season 3, episode number 11, titled Pressing Forward, you guys. So we have one more episode, and it is a season finale. And then we'll go into the 2-part reunion, I'm pretty sure it's going to be. And I don't know what's after that, because I know New York is coming back. Let's see. Let's take a look at the calendar real quick. This phone is so damn stupid. This shit says 2000. We're in 2020. Shit, it feels like... I ain't gonna say what this feels like, but you know. So, it is... Oh, I'm still recording now. I forgot about y'all. Sorry, my bad. 17th. So, the finale is next to 23rd, 30th. And it's 6th. So I feel like New York might come back for their final few episodes after this goes off. I'm not entirely positive, but that's what my feelings are. So yeah, let's just go ahead and jump into this episode review, you guys. Alright, you guys, let's start this episode out with Briscoe, because nothing that Briscoe said in this episode made a lick of sense to me. So we saw Hood and Brad. She went to the studio where Briscoe was. He was in there, you know, he was recording a song. Song sounded good, I will say that. So, you know, she's telling him about the spot date that they had, how that shit was just trash as fuck. And, you know, she tells him also about the fact that she found out some, you know, he's asking her about her relationship with Kenny. She's like, oh, funny you mentioned that situation about me and Kenny's, because I found out some information about Kenny, and I found out that he was married. And he was like, oh, that's it? I'm just looking at Briscoe like, huh? Talking about he's a good guy. Okay, a good guy would tell his girlfriend that he's married. Cause I mean, like Hood Brad said, if he had told me the truth, like he don't know how I would react. Like I could have been like, okay, that's fine. Are you guys going through at least the divorce process? Like, what's up with y'all's situation? Like, now, I probably would have said, you know what, come back to me once that divorce is finalized. But you know, and then you know he's talking about he's talking about, you know, he's made his share of mistakes. Like when he cheated on his girl, he went and got her a, did he say a Porsche or something like that? Whatever. He got her a nice car. I'm like, so basically you just trying to sweep it under the rug? Like, is that what you're trying to do? Because you're like, you know, what if he bought you a bag or something that ain't sweeping it under the rug? We're not sweeping it under the rug. Like, we're going to address this shit. Like, you felt like you didn't have to tell me that you was married like that? I don't give a fuck what nice gift you buy me. That is not gonna make me look at you any differently and be like, oh, you buy me a nice gift. Let me forgive you and let's get back together. Fuck no. Who does that? Who does that? I mean, there are people who do it, but yeah, no. And he, you know, he's telling her that she, you know, she should try to smooth things over. You know, smooth things over. No. Like I can get past cheating, but what I can't get past is you lying about having a whole ass wife at home. Like, no, I'm not gonna give it another try. Get the hell out of here with that shit. So then we do see Briscoe, him and his girl Cello and his son. They go to look at a house, and I'm like, wait a minute, this is a nice ass, big ass house. Who paying for this? Because I'm like, this ain't something that Mona don't look like something that Mona would, you know, foot the bill for. I don't think Mona's gonna foot the bill for this house, but you know, he's telling Cello that he wants her to move into the house with him and their son. And she was like, wait a minute. Here we go again, sweeping shit under the rug. It ain't gonna work that way. Well, obviously it did work that way. You know, because she was talking about, you know, she just wants him to change. Because she doesn't feel like anything has changed with him. You know, she's like, you know, I want you, if we do try to work something out, what I want is for you to come home at a decent time of the night so that I don't have to worry about where you are and what you're doing. If you have to set that rule, then it might not be best for y'all to get back together. Because that means that there's still some, you know, trust issues there if you got to tell him that part. But at the end of it, she's willing to give it another try. And I'm like, I don't know if I would do that. Because you just brought up a red flag. But, you know, they going to do what they going to do. I'm going to leave it alone and move on. All right, you guys, so let's go over to the Bahamas real quick. So in the Bahamas, we see Trick. He finally showed up to, we're treating him at work. And he was like he came out to support Trina because he's known Vanessa his most of his life, so he's there to support his girl Trina. And then we also see that Trina's sister Laura shows up, and they look alike. So and here's something that I've been posing the question about for a while: why did Bobby get work done to his face? Because Bobby looks weird with them fillers in his cheeks, his lips. Everything just looks off about Bobby. And then speaking about Bobby, Bobby is extra as hell as they head toward the beach. To now we don't. They didn't really show what happened because they had her urn on the Vanessa's urn on the beach, but they never showed that they scattered her ashes. So I don't know if they actually scattered her ashes or not. But everybody got up and said some very nice things about her. Trina, not Trina, but Joy started things off. Then Trick followed. I think one of Trina's cousins or uncles followed up. And then Bobby got up there. When it comes to I wonder what Bobby's relationship was with Vanessa. Because if I'm not mistaken, I remember watching on the Breakfast Club where Trina was talking about her relationship with Bobby. Bobby is related to Trina by her birth father's side. So I wonder how deep, his relationship was with Vanessa. I'm not saying that it couldn't have been deep, but, it is what it is. And, Trick, not Trick, but Bobby also brought up the fact that Vanessa is the one that brought Joy and Trick together. So we do see Trick and Joy, they talk to each other. And Joy's just asking him, he's asking her, actually Trick is asking Joy, why did he have to do that? We all know Bobby extra, but why did he do that? She's like, what, bring up the fact that, it was Nessa that brought us together? He's like, yeah. She's like, well, it is true because, Nessa spoke so highly of you. So, she said that you like me and I should give you a chance. And, we did. And then they showed their old wedding photos. And I'm like, man, I remember when Trick used to look like that. That goes back like to the I'm So Hood days because I listened to that song a few weeks ago. And she just talks about how, when they were together, Trick used to take good care of himself. He used to work out, lift weights and everything. But now he's, looking like, I'm not going to talk about his weight or his looks because, Trick has done it to himself. And, she says when they were good with each other, then, it was really good, especially when he was, in a good mood and stuff. And, she just feels like she lost herself being so concerned about Trick. And then, she also says that she never heard him say, sorry or that I love you to him. And, he feels like, if she made him feel appreciated, then he would have done it. I'm like, huh? She's like, Trick, I always appreciated you. So don't even try to say that shit because I always appreciated you. And, at the end of it, he does tell her that, he is sorry. And you can see that those two very much still love each other. And then, we close out the scene in the Bahamas with Trina. She was in her room. She was praying. And I'm just like, oh, my God, man. Like, I definitely know what Trina is going through. I know that feeling all too well. Because it's coming up on my mom's 3-year anniversary of her death this Thursday, which is also my grandmother's birthday. And it's just so hard. 3 years it feels like a lifetime has gone by since I last saw my mom. It's jarring. It's weird that it's been 3 years since I actually laid eyes on her. Like I just cannot believe that 3 years has passed. Wow, 3 years. 3 long years. I just can't believe it. It's definitely difficult. Difficult, to say the least. Because I just still feel, I feel better today than I did then. But it's just like, I still feel lost. I feel like I don't know what I'm doing with my life. It's just a lot of stuff that I wish she was here. Some days I just wish she was here just so I could talk to her, just bounce ideas off of her. Yeah. I just don't, the feeling is just unreal. It's just not real, but it is real at the same time. So yeah, let's move on, you guys. All right, you guys. So let's move over to Amara. So Amara was at home. She was talking to her mom about how weird things are now that MJ is not in the house. You know, she's still questioning if she made the right decision. Her mama tells her basically, you made the right decision. What you need is someone in your court that is going to support you, and also, you know, someone that you can rely on. And I don't necessarily think that MJ is that person. Speaking of Amara, Amara liked my I don't know how she found that tweet. I guess because I used the hashtag LHHMIA last week when I posted my, a snip, the screenshot of my videos that I recorded over the week. She liked my post, so shout out to Amara. And I followed her back because I had been wanting to follow her, but I hadn't. Now speaking of Amara, like I said last week, she's back with MJ. Just don't understand why. Don't understand why. Then she talks about prima donna. She calls her a bitch for all the shit that she did. Yeah, I agree. Prima donna was a bit of a witch with a B, because she didn't have to do that. She could have gave Amara a heads up about Annie coming to that lunch. Her mama tells her, like, girl, you need to get out, be social, and have fun. So she's like, you know what, that's what I'm gonna do. So we found out that she was invited to this event that Suki is hosting, and the event is for other dark skinned and brown skinned women. And what Suki wants now is for people to see her as Destiny and not Suki the character. I'm assuming at this point that Suki has saw all the tweets on social media about how ghetto and how ratchet we think she is, and she's trying to do a little cleanup of her image. I thought that's what it is, because I mean, actually that is what it is, because this scene that we are talking about that's coming up next, this scene was filmed recently, like maybe 3 weeks ago. This scene was actually filmed before the reunion. So the reunion filmed last week. So this scene with Amara and them, this scene was filmed about the week before. So yeah, this is about 2 or 3 weeks that this has happened since this happened. So yeah, Suki saw all the comments on social media about her being ghetto. So she's trying to clean up her image. So we have the brunch. So we see the girls there. It is Suki, it is Chameleon, it is Hood Brat, it's Amara, it's Prima Donna, and it's Tip. So those girls show up. And I respect Suki. I think it was a good idea to host this brunch to empower other, dark skinned, brown skinned women. I think it was a fantastic idea. Cool with it. Now, I don't, I know people always talk about how they have this dark skin, light skin issue. I've never experienced that. Because as a little boy, I mean, my face is dark, but the rest of my body is not really dark. It's kind of light. But I've never really had issues. Even when I was a little boy, I wasn't as dark as I am now. I got darker as I got older because I was in band. My grandmother, when we were kids, when we were at home, she would tell us to go outside and play. So, we went outside and played. But I got darker over the years. And again, even still, when I got darker, I never dealt with any of the, the light skin, dark skin issues. So I don't know that struggle, honestly. I hate to say that, but, well, actually, yeah. I just don't know that struggle that people go through. So everybody tells their struggles about what their issues is. Now let's pause and talk about somebody who made one of the dumbest statements I've ever heard in my life. Tip. Tip talking about she wanted to be darker because her cousins were dark, and she would try to make her hair extra dry or extra nappy. So that's what you think about dark skinned people, that they have extra dry, extra nappy hair. Now I have an aunt that is like real dark skinned, but has beautiful curly hair, and she doesn't have nappy hair. She's she's actually a little bit. She's about as black as my shirt. No shade there, but she is. She's about as black as my shirt, and she has like jet black curly hair. So for Tip to say that dumbass statement, I'm like, girl, there are a lot of dark skinned people who has curly hair for days, long hair at that too. Like she might try to make her hair extra dry and extra nappy. Not like, girl, shut your dumb ass up. I ain't never heard something so stupid in my life. But Tip said that was just really dumb and stupid. So then, Mara was talking about her struggles about not fitting in on the African, just fitting in with straight black people that don't have any kind of Spanish in them. But then when she goes over there with the Cubans, the Dominicans, what else? The Cubans, Dominicans, the Puerto Ricans, people like that, she didn't really fit in with them either. So then, here comes another ignorant statement from Prima Donna. What do you identify as? You watched Love and Hip Hop Miami season 1. She's Afro-Latina. Now, so she has her African roots, but she also has her Latina roots. But on the outside, you clearly know what the hell she identifies as. She's a black woman. Look at her appearance. She's black. That was so fucking stupid. I'm just sitting here looking at Prima Donna shut the fuck up. So then, Amara was actually ignoring her. And they were like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Prima Donna I don't know what's going on here. Yes, you do know what's going on here. So, she eventually says, oh, well, I did bring her man's ex to lunch with us one day. And Amara was like, yes, you did. And that was fucked up. So they left, and Amara didn't want to talk to her. But, she was like, but Prima Donna wanted to talk to him. And Amara was like, it ain't about the fact that you brought the woman. The issue is that you brought her. You could have called me before. Or you could have told me when we sat down that, yo, I invited her here. And that could have been that. I don't know why Prima Donna don't see why she was wrong in that situation. But you guys, that was Love and Hip Hop Miami. Be sure to like this video, leave your comments, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification button so you guys know when I drop anything else. Share this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.